Trying to tell you, man. They keep talking about all the help that Steph got, man. Let's actually look at it. What is good with y'all, man? It's crunch time. Let's look at this help that they talking about, bro. So they claiming that Steph got so much more help than LeBron. Let's look at it. Let's look at what are they averaging this playoffs. This is called research. This is called Ether. So if you look at the screen in front of you all, right, ladies and gentlemen, they have it lined up perfectly as far as the help on LeBron James and Steph teams right now in the playoffs. First of all, they saying that Steph is getting bailed out, but Steph won them 2 games this series. Remember, he had to drop 31 and be crazy clutch in the first game. Then the second game they won, Jimmy Butler was out. They was down 13. Steph had to drop 36. They said that he got bailed out last night, but last night he still scored in the fourth quarter, and it was a big 3 that he needed to stay in the game. LeBron went scoreless. He scored 0 in the fourth quarter last game, while Luka had 38 points. Ain't nobody on the Warriors dropping 38 points. Let's look at the averages, though. They got it lined up because Steph and LeBron right now averaging 26 apiece, so they both averaging 26. Steph is actually averaging more assists, but they will never talk to y'all about that. They'll never say that out loud. You see it on the screen right there. Steph Curry is averaging more assists than LeBron James this playoffs. Right? So let's look at the second row. Right. First of all, hold on. So Jimmy Butler is the second leading scorer. I was about to compare Austin Reeves and Jimmy Butler because they on the same row. They look. Reeves averaging 17, Jimmy Butler averaging 18. But you got to compare Luka to Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler is the second option. Luka's he really the first option. But outside of Steph and LeBron, you got Luka averaging 31 points for the series so far, compared to Jimmy Butler, who was averaging 18, and he missed one of the games. Really, 2 of the games. Because he went out after like 8 minutes the time he got injured. So this is just the first 2 plays. Austin Reeves going to, bro, he's averaging 17. You got Brandon Podziemski. They always bragging about he be dropping so many points. Austin Reeves still averaging more than him. Buddy Hield finally had a good game. He finally averaging 9.8 points. Still not even averaging double figures. Roy Hachimura is averaging 13 points. And look, they tried to show Dalton Connect. He not even getting in the game. But they didn't even show Dorian Finney-Smith 6 points. Come on, man. Clutch threes. This is what these people are averaging. So I'm trying to figure out why is everybody saying that Steph Curry got more help than LeBron James. Now everybody's saying the Wolves are way better than the Rockets. First of all, the Rockets were better than the Timberwolves this season, bro. Clearly, the whole season. Everybody said that Minnesota got worse. They tapered off. They worse than they was last year. Now y'all back on them because the Wolves are cooking the Lakers so bad. I'm the only one that picked Warriors to win. Me and Mark Tittle. Shout out Mark Tittle. We the only ones I've seen that picked the Wolves. Everybody said Lakers in 5. Y'all said we was crazy for doing that. Y'all said we was insane, psychopath, demented. I was there. I seen everything y'all said, bro. Y'all said I was demented. Right, not right, bro. They was doubting the Wolves before the series. Now everybody saying they goated. Like, they some amazing squad, bro. Either way, Luka Doncic just beat the Wolves last year. That was a better version of them. He just beat them last year. But that's when he had Kyrie, though. See, that's why I told y'all that Kyrie. He just beat him last year. But that's when he had Kyrie, though. See, that's why I told y'all that Kyrie. My shit froze up. Told y'all when I ranked them over Kyrie in the rankings, I had Kyrie top 5, top 10. Y'all said I was bugging out. Now, whether you think he better than LeBron or not, I think this clearly shows that Kyrie has been a top 10 level player while he's been on the Mavericks. That's what I was telling y'all. I said I said I had Dallas going to the finals because you had 2 top 10 players in the league, the 2 best ISO scorers in the league, the 2 most skilled players in the league. When you had Kyrie and Luka Doncic. So this shows how basically that rings true because Luka can't get to the finals with LeBron. But honestly, dog, I think you would have to blame it on LeBron because, man, if I got a player that just led his team to the finals last year and he's allegedly playing with a better player now, they supposed to go to the finals. It has to be LeBron James' fault. You said Luka didn't beat them. It was Gafford, PJ Washington, and Lively. Look up their averages then. How much they average against them? Tell me what they average. How much PJ and Lively average? See, because what y'all got to remember is, they were some strong big men. And I'm not even trying to take nothing away from them. But we got to understand that they still role players at the end of the day. So it ain't like they got some elite post game, like Gafford, somebody that's going to torch you in the post. Lively was going to torch you in the post and all that, right? They had a balanced team. But the problem is that the Lakers picked up some big men, though. They had Max. First of all, the Mavs, y'all forget it. They got to the finals. The Mavs got to the finals with Max Kleber, giving him some minutes. The Lakers won't even give him no minutes. They got Alex Len, who can shoot threes and get rebounds, right? They got Jackson Hayes, who was a live threat. Y'all know Kleber injured. They got Jackson Hayes, who was a live threat. Right. And they cut Quincy Olivari just to pick up Trey Jemison. Why did they pick him up? Just to complain about not having no big men. Why would you trade AD just to complain about not having no big men? LeBron traded AD because, like I said, I think if you had LeBron and AD, they would beat the Timberwolves. You wouldn't even have this problem. None of that stuff that Randall and Gobert is doing in the paint, none of that would be flying if AD was there, right or wrong. But see, the issue is, will LeBron outplay Ant-Man at the end of the day? I don't think he can do it. I think that's the difference between the series right now is Ant-Man is outplaying LeBron James. And what I tell you about Kyrie Irving, Ant-Man out here beating all of these superstars. He's beating all these superstars in the playoffs, man. Shout out to Bron, so funny, because he had said this too. He beat Anthony Edwards beating all these superstars in the playoffs, but he couldn't beat Kyrie. You said Timberwolves are the better team, man. Listen, dog. I don't got no respect for you, dog. You're a clown. You say AR not hooping, he averaging 17 points. Right, Randall outplaying LeBron too. Shit is sickening, bro. Now all of a sudden Timberwolves a better team. Y'all said Lakers in 5. You got 2 top 10, top 5 players on a goddamn team. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. No, the Lakers got better role players. Look at the screen. Roy Hachimura is outplaying y'all third option. Y'all fourth option. My bad, excuse me. Austin Reeves outplaying the third option. Look at this. It's on the screen. I'm showing you. You said no defense. What are you talking about? I thought LeBron James was a defender. And if you don't have no defense, why would you trade AD? See, all of the stuff that that y'all saying now, when I picked against the Lakers, though, y'all said that I was lying. Y'all said I was tripping. Y'all said that either way, the Lakers were still going to win. Y'all said the Lakers were still going to win. And that right, Greg Golden. Y'all said the Lakers were still going to win. You said Lakers' rim protection wasn't too good, even with AD. Yes, it was. They just couldn't beat Jokic, though. LeBron couldn't outplay Jamal Murray in all them series. That's why they were losing to the Nuggets. He couldn't outplay Jamal Murray. But they wouldn't have had to play the Nuggets this year, though. See? So if you'd have just beat the Timberwolves, which they could have done with AD, you'd have been good. Then next series against the Warriors, y'all know the Lakers would have beat the Warriors with AD because last time they just did. Because the Warriors don't got no big men for them. Why would you trade Anthony Davis, bro? That's slow. You said this prompt is for slow individuals, and that's okay. Yeah, the slow ones is the ones that's saying that Steph got more help. So I got to break it down. I got to actually show them the facts. Roy Hachimura always showing up. You say LeBron didn't trade AD? Yes, he did. What you mean he didn't trade AD? You just heard Marcus Morris come out and say that LeBron asked for Markieff Morris to be in the deal. So if you ask for Markieff to be in the deal, how you gonna say that you ain't know about the deal? You know what I'm saying? You said LeBron is playing Ant and Steph is playing the Rockets. Bro, you gotta understand. He's playing Anthony Edwards, but he's playing with Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic just beat Anthony Edwards last year. So this is part of the reason why LeBron wanted to play with Luka. Because he feels as though Luka is unbeatable now. So, okay, cool, I'm going to just play on his team. We both beat him together, and then shit, I'm going to take all the credit. But no, not Sir Reed. You got to understand, you need... First of all, let's bring Kyrie into the equation. Kyrie is the player who every time he does something good, and I try to tell y'all he's top 20 all time, y'all say, okay, no, well, he only did these things because he had Luka and LeBron. He needed Luka and LeBron. But the same two players that y'all saying that he needed, they can't even do it together? That don't make sense. That makes no sense. Feel what I'm saying? Steph Curry is about to shoot right past. He already better than LeBron James. But as far as the ranking list, Steph is literally gonna be clean past LeBron now, and it's not even gonna be funny because you have to put him over LeBron, because that would mean that he won this era. He would have 3 rings without a superstar, 3 rings without KD, beating more competition than LeBron. You said could Steph beat the Rockets? No, I'm saying if he win the championship. Yeah, bro, I'm saying if you win the championship this year, then you got to put him past. But y'all down playing the Rockets. I mean, the Rockets got better post big men than the Timberwolves. The Rockets, I mean, Mike Conley versus Fred VanVleet, that would be a tough series. I mean, the Rockets, like, I think Fred VanVleet will cook Mike Conley. And Ant-Man is better than Jalen Green, but it's still a good matchup, though. And he got the same level of, like, athleticism and stuff like that with Amen Thompson. Him and Jaden McDaniels going at it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, the reasons why Mark, it was good, but I tried to tell him, me and you was the only ones that picked the Timberwolves. I know Shamar been real quiet since they gained this 3-1 lead. You know what I'm saying? You said you just chatting, bro. You so desperate to hate on LeBron. What does got to do with LeBron James? You said series ain't over. I know it's not over, but I'm just... listen, it's just funny how all of y'all are saying some of the things in a certain situation. Because, Mark, I think you said you picked him, like, if it go to 6 or something.
And look, there's a lot of people that's quiet right now. And my thing is, people acting real shocked. I'm gonna put it to you like this: like, we've all predicted, series before or whatever it might be in regards to basketball. We gave our predictions on the game or whatever it might be. The problem is with this situation right here between the Wolves and the Lakers, for me, like, I'm not mad at somebody that thought that the Lakers were going to win. I'm not mad if somebody thought the Lakers were going to win and it was going to be a very competitive series. But you had a lot of people running around talking about that the Lakers were going to win in 5. It's the issue. And my thing is, it's like, at the end of the day, if you're really an evaluator of basketball and you're not just some fanboy, I don't know how you sat back and looked at this series and you evaluated both teams from top to bottom, and you said to yourself, "There's no way the Wolves can win this series. The Lakers they just had this one in the bag.
Right.
There's no way." And the main people had to break down why they thought the Lakers were going to win. It was very simple. It was they got Luka and LeBron. As a matter of fact, they were saying they have a big 3. They have Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. They have 3 players on your team that can give you 20 to 25 points per game. And
Facts.
my rebuttal to that was, okay, you're talking about how many players on the team. They have a big 3. They got 3 players that can do this, that, and third. This is not the big 3 tournament, Reeves, and you thought that was going to be the end-all, be-all. Number one, I don't mean to be too long-winded either, Crunch, my fault. But
You good?
number one, Austin Reeves is overrated. Jaden McDaniels in this series right now as we speak.
Yep.
Jaden McDaniels as a third option is outplaying him. And on top of that, the Lakers defense, everybody was hyping up their defense since they got Luka Doncic. Oh, look how good their defense has been, et cetera, et cetera. Nigga, who were they playing? They played a couple good teams, but down the stretch of the season, they were not facing the best competition. So you can't evaluate how good a team's defense is based off lower level teams that they're playing. Their defense is overrated. They became a worse team since I predicted as well. I don't know if you did as well, but I predicted that Julius Randle was going to have a good series because the Lakers have no personnel to guard him. And look what's
Facts.
happening.
Facts.
Look what's
Yeah,
happening.
he has a history of playing bad in the playoffs. I'm like, yo, but they never played this type of team where it's like there's no big man, nobody that can actually guard this man. If you got LeBron guarding him,
Exactly.
when LeBron is trying to worry about whether he should focus on offense or defense, and just him being 40 years old, that's a good matchup for Julius Randle. And then like that's actually the best matchup to put on Randle because if you don't put LeBron on Randle, you're gonna have to put LeBron on Ant Man the whole game or something.
And
And
that's what I'm saying.
it just was never gonna work out. And I see Bigman like zero rebounding, zero rim protection. Even with Rudy's in there, like that'll like you know what I'm saying. I thought LeBron was gonna struggle against Rudy in the paint, and
Yep.
when his shots stopped falling, then he stopped shooting down the clutch. You know what I'm saying so.
Nah, real shit. And like I said, Crunch, just to wrap up what I'm saying again, I have no issue with people that predicted the Lakers are going to win. As long as you were able to acknowledge that at least it was going to be a competitive series. But a lot of people was talking about Lakers in five. Lakers might sweep the Wolves. Once again, they were saying they're no competition. And to me, that is talking about Lakers in five. They were right. They about to lose in five.
But losing five. But the
Yeah,
one
man.
saying that the Wolves are trash. I mean, the Wolves are
Right.
just such a great team, and the Rockets are trash, and that's why the Warriors winning. You think the Rockets trash?
The
I think they
Rockets
was
definitely
pretty
not
good,
trash.
bro.
The Rockets been competing. They've been competing. The Rockets are a good young team. They just don't have that much experience. That's the difference with them.
I think they was definitely better than the Timberwolves for the regular season.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken though, did the Timberwolves they had some injuries like Randall and Gobert missed time? If I'm not mistaken, something
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
their first year playing with Randall, and then Randall did get hurt.
Yeah, yeah. But no, the Rockets are a good team, bro. The Warriors, they're handling their business. That game three that they won, that was a big win for them without Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler. That was a huge
facts,
win.
facts. Steph showed
So,
up. Remember, they was down 13,
hey, look, man, don't let the Warriors and Wolves meet up in that second round, and the Warriors beat the
and
Wolves
the
now.
Warriors beat them, bro. That's what I'm
I'm saying
saying.
though, I hear you though. If that does happen,
Oh my
hey man,
gosh.
hey
See, I
man,
want to be clear to everybody, even though that I'm starting these Steph LeBron agendas if Steph win this ring. I'm not biased. Like everybody is not safe when like if Steph win this ring, it's not safe for nobody, not just Bron. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that goes for
KD's cooked.
everybody.
KD's cooked.
Yeah,
KD is
KD's cook.
cooked.
I'm talking about Kobe Jordan conversations. So I'm saying I'll entertain those conversations. I'm not just gonna pick on Bron about this. You know what I'm saying? Like if because somebody was saying that I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna literally put him over. They're gonna try to put him over Kobe to distract from the fact that he should be over LeBron. But I think
Yeah.
Kobe level how they've been trying to put Kobe out of the conversation. You got to
hmm
bring Kobe up some to even make the comparison with him and Kobe.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Crunch. Jordan number one, and I got my own order that I put players in to a degree. But I've been saying way down that list. A lot of these players are interchangeable. I think LeBron is closer to the rest of the pack than he is to Michael Jordan. I've said that numerous times. So
Yeah,
Steph get
Jordan
another
Jordan
ring. I
stuff is
mean,
just too
shoot,
impeccable, bro.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like,
So
but I ain't gonna lie though. I got Steph and Mount Rushmore conversation, especially if he get this ring, man. I'm talking about Mount Rushmore, man.
I know you got the right to your opinion. He probably wouldn't be necessarily on mine, but it's one of those things again where it's like if he's on yours, hey, is what it is. I ain't
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So who do you got coming out
Schedule,
the West?
bro.
No, real quick before you leave, who you got coming out the
Who I got
West?
coming out the West?
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me still? I was picking the Thunder, but I will say this though: I got the Clippers beating the Nuggets still. I don't know for certain if the Clippers if the Thunder beat the Clippers. I don't know. I can't
Okay.
really call the
Okay.
answer right
Okay.
now. I'm not really sure. Not
Okay.
really sure,
Okay.
man. So it's up in the air. I mean, you got the Thunder, you got the Clippers. I like this Wolves team. I like Ant. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna sleep on the Warriors. I think these second round matchups are gonna be real good, man. I expect both series to probably go 7 games. If the Warriors and Wolves win, I think it will go 7 games. Clippers and Thunder, I think it will go 7 games. So I'm kind of just more interested.
All right, bro.
I bet.